They met in back-to-back Super Bowls in the 90s, and they're together again. The Cowboys and Bills are underway. This will be fielded at the 8. Shifts by him. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Whip, recon, 132 fighter. Chance. Gun.
From the 30 on second down, Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. He's coming. Double up. Regular.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. McCoy's got the first down and more. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Topper!
Allen hands off to McCoy, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Alert! Check 52.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Cowboys' 6-yard line.
Mike 5. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. They've got his man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
25, check 25, check 25.
Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
2nd and 5 now. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the pressure gets to him again. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Austin. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. A big pickup of 38.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. The throw over the middle, taken in, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete, Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. This is Elliott. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Running with Elliott, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch 54. I got you. Middle. He's checking. Crash.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott looking deep for Elliott. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Round 80. Mike 50. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Allen's throw is complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target there was Jason Kroom, and it's 3rd down.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Back. Motion. Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Allen. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hauschka's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
58, come on. 58, come on. I smell fear now.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, it's Elliott. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. McKenzie now to return it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check. Alert.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So they start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 46 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete here. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Oh, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Allen off the play fake. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, don't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Allen now looks to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus. Lawrence, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
Check. Check. 55. All day, baby. All day. Check. Pass. Mike, 55. What's that? 55.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's going to go down again. The sack by Robert Quinn. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On play action, Allen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They go to Elliott again. Elliott a 1st down and more. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They don't keep playing hard,
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. Let's get it. 25-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems.